So I'll call the meeting to order now at 6:10 p.m. on Wednesday, the 16th. And on our first item here, additions to the agenda, I would be looking for someone to make a motion that we can add a review of the POCD timeline to new business, so we can go over the dates by which we have to make sure everything is out. Do I hear a motion to add that to the agenda?
I can submit a motion to add the POCD timeline to the agenda.
I can second.
Updated.
Thank you, thank you. All in favor? That is a unanimous vote of 3.
That'll be added.
All right. So public delegations. Doug, did you have anything that you wanted to speak on during public delegations today? I think that you're our only member of the public, unless there's anybody in the waiting room, which I don't think there is.
I don't at the moment. You know, I'm glad that you're back, and I'm glad you got a quorum. But you know, I think everybody knows what I had to say, and saying it over and over again isn't going to make it any more persuasive than when I said it the first time. So I'll just sit and listen for a while and play and watch how you go. I have the draft documents. Have there been any new draft documents since you submitted them? Okay, so I'll just follow along. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so under new business, we do have the just confirmation of materials that we went over at the very beginning of this process, which is an outline of the adoption procedures for municipal plans of conservation and development, and it goes through all of the dates that we need to be aware of to comply with state guidelines for the adoption. So I can share my screen if that's easier.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oops. You got my client's photos there too, so I'm going to close this out. Other open window. And here we go. You should be just now seeing the PDF. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, Gary, do you want to walk us through this? Do you want me to read it? We can go through it all together.
Either or. I mean, I think as most of us know, we approved the draft document and here on August 4th, and then we subsequently sent it to the Deep Commissioner, and they received and confirmed receipt on August 5th. They have a 90-day review. We've also, as you know, forwarded a referral on to the Board of Selectmen. They confirmed receipt on August 5th. They're meeting this evening as we speak, shortly, I believe, this evening anyway. They're going to be discussing the plan of development. I'm not certain whether they'll have a public hearing or not, but their clock is ticking for their 60-day review. As in regards to how we proceed forward, we'll continue to follow our timeline and hold our public hearing accordingly, regardless of whether we receive any comment back from the board or not. The only inquiry I got was from Shellfish and Harbor Management. I think, anyway, they just wanted a PDF document. I guess I thought we sent them with a PDF, but we just straightened that out, got them their copy. So it looks like it's just being reviewed by the various boards and commissions, and whether or not they'll hear, we'll hear back as, we'll just wait and see. You can also see the list in which we've sent referrals and prior to our public hearing, and it's a quite extensive list. And as you see, we sent those out on September 1.
That's great. I see that we don't have to put the plan on the website until October 6th, but I think we talked about putting it up in September
Yes.
because it's ready.
Yeah, I think it's in draft form. The board's got it, and if they do so choose to hold a public hearing, they'll be posting it up there anyway. So I think we certainly can put it up on the website. Unfortunately, I don't have the timeline in front of me as to when the 60 days expires for the Board of Selectmen.
I can do that right now.
Just thinking if that was prior to October 6th, then any changes that they may have want to see, we could possibly incorporate into a final document.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like if that was August 5th, we got 31 days till September 5th, 30 days to October 5th. So yeah, that is the 6th. That would be the 65th day.
65th day.
So
So
we
I
wouldn't
think,
be able to, unless they get back to us early.
right, but I mean, and that said, I think my professional opinion would be to not actually make any changes and just take the comments that are made and make them part of the public hearing record when the Planning Commission holds its hearing.
Okay, yeah,
I think that it's more transparent in my opinion.
I agree.
So I think, yeah, we can put the draft document up now, take maybe even, well, I guess they'll leave the word draft on it.
Yep.
Okay. And then, so I'll have Jen take care of that tomorrow.
That would be great. I think that's good too. We had a lot of really good public involvement. I think Kirk might be in the waiting room. We had a lot of good public involvement at the beginning of the process, and I'd love to, stay transparent and let, individuals and groups have adequate time, as much as we can give them, to review it. Hi, Kirk.
Hello, sorry about that.
All good, all good.
Hey, Kirk.
Hi. Rosemary said she was in the waiting room too.
But I'm here now.
Oh, I don't see you on my screen. Hi.
Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you all.
Long time no see.
I know.
So we were just going through the timeline, and you didn't miss much, Kirk. We were just kind of reviewing all the things that we have already done. The Board of Selectmen has to get back to us with their feedback by October 6th.
It's on their agenda for tonight.
Yes.
I don't know if you wanted to go and sit in and listen to that or not.
Gary's on standby for it, but if we wrap up here, I'd like to just hear it anyway. So that'll be good. They can decide whether or not to have their own public hearing.
I think they are.
Yeah.
That was the word that I got.
Okay.
But
So
we'll find out tonight.
we will. We also have to put the document online by October 6th, but given that its draft form is ready, and we will not have passed the deadline for Board of Selectmen feedback. We were just discussing the merits of putting it on the website now, and then appending any comments forwarded over by the Board of Selectmen in the materials for our public hearing. So I think where we just landed was the consensus was that everybody was comfortable with that, and having Jen posted on the website as soon as she can get to it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
And then I'll ensure that it's filed with the town clerk at least by the 6th, if not by Friday.
Okay. she's going to have a busy fall. Okay, so then we've got our requirements to publish in the day, so that's not a big deal, right? That's something easy to just check off. And Planning Commission will hold our public hearing on November 10th. And is that part of our regular meeting, or is that a special meeting? That's the second Tuesday.
It could be either. I mean, we could have it as a special. I think it's a regular scheduled meeting.
It's this. Oh, right, because election day. Yeah, we're not the first Tuesday that month. Okay, yeah.
So we're on track. I guess we're just kind of in a holding pattern until we hear comments back, in which case I would say we would collate them, and I guess in November. I mean, we can certainly, if we get them in ahead of time, we can meet and discuss them and kind of get an idea whether or not there's something we may adopt or not, and then through the public hearing process have that conversation. Again, you know, food for thought.
Do we have a process, like a formal process for going through all the comments and then doing a vote on them?
There's no formal process that we have to follow for that. I mean, we can either accept or reject them, you know, or in whole or in part, and just, you know, however you decide to incorporate it into the document at that point. It'll be ultimately be up to the Planning Commission as to what you approve. You'll see in number 7 there. I don't know if you can read that. After the close of the commission, the public may revise and adopt the plan, even if no reports are filed by the legislative body or board of selectmen or the regional planning agency, and by a 2/3 majority if a report of the legislative body or board of the selectmen does not endorse the plan, part or amendment 2. So ultimately, it comes down to the planning commission, planning commission. But again, you know, we need a 2/3 vote anyway to approve applications. So from that perspective, it's ultimately the planning commission's document.
Yeah, pretty standard. So I would assume that we'll want this subcommittee to meet between October 6th and November 10th. And then after November 10th, but before the December Planning Commission meeting, just if we want to discuss any changes, to have a final document ready for the Planning Commission to vote on at the December meeting. Is that correct?
Correct. We have a regularly scheduled meeting on October 21st.
Great. And that's a 6 p.m., I think, on the calendar.
Yes, that's what I have in my calendar.
So just to summarize, we're just kind of sitting tight until we get some comments back, and then October 21st meeting to kind of make sense of any feedback we get.
Right. I would just recommend that anything that we get, we ensure that we make it part of that public hearing record
Sure.
as we forward it all to the Planning Commission.
Okay, great.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
And then we'll have a November meeting as well, which we don't really need to get into too much detail about right now because we could talk about it in October, but we'll have a November meeting to go through the feedback obtained during the public hearing, I would guess, and make any determinations about any remaining edits to the plan. Is that at the Planning Commission level? Does that need to be full
Well,
commission?
upon the close of the public hearing, you would deliberate on all the things that were said. And I think, you know, short of any substantive change, but you could certainly, if there was an overwhelming desire to scratch something, let's say, you could certainly delete it and say, we'll revise it at a later date and take what you do have and forward it on
Okay.
to OPM as the final document. We may have to make, you know, revisions as it depending on what the change is, whether or not, we have to make another comment to OPM that it is or isn't consistent with the state plan. So we'll have to go kind of through that again, if there was a substantive change. Minor stuff, I don't think necessarily we would have to do something like that. But I think if it significantly changes the meaning of something, then we have to really consider that.
Okay.
So we have, the goal was to get it to OPM by December 1, or at least. So I think if we have a public hearing on the 10th, we certainly can turn around and have a special meeting, either the 17th or the 24th, if need be, to finalize or continue to deliberate on comments. I think the anticipation is that the crowd won't be huge, and that we can get through the public hearing, actually close it, and deliberate that evening.
Great. Okay. So potentially we could approve it on the 10th.
Correct. That's the goal, short of substantive changes.
Okay. And it could be approved with like slight edits.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
If we say whatever, add this, or
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they're not substantive then.
Right.
We don't have
Okay.
to worry too much.
Okay. Great. That cleared up some questions for me, so thank you for going through that.
You're welcome.
The rest of the stuff seems to be administrative and not necessarily stuff that the committee will need to be involved in, posting and sending in.
Correct.
APM. Okay. Great.
So that's
Home stretch, you guys. Can you believe this? 2 years.
Woo-hoo.
That's kind of
We're gonna
mind-blowing, actually.
We're
I
gonna have
can't.
to find a way to have a socially distant beverage to celebrate.
I agree.
The OCD party. Yay.
So we can certainly figure that out at a later date, I guess.
Yes,
wait,
that will
is
be
that
the
on the
order
record?
for November 11th.
Have a good day. So I guess I think Board of Selectmen, would they start at 6:30 or 7? Not
Yeah.
sure. I didn't see their agenda.
I can pull it up. Did anybody have anything remaining on our agenda? Anything from the different section captain updates? I mean, we can send that. Well, once the link goes out on the website to the plan, if any of the stakeholder groups that have been working with us were interested in seeing it, please forward to your contacts there. And you can let them know about the public hearing on the
Well, I think
10th.
as a general rule, we should make sure that any stakeholder that was involved should get an email, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I think I have that full email list. So I'm happy to send that out to the whole group of people that attended that stakeholder kickoff.
Yes.
and gave us their email addresses there, if you'd like me to do that.
Right. I think that would be a good idea, just because that way everybody knows what's going on, and
I
you
think
might
that's
even
really smart.
get more feedback too.
Great. I can certainly do that.
So that's you're going to take care of that, Michelle?
Yeah, I can do that. Yep.
All right.
Any updates, Gary, on correspondence that's come in so far?
I've received nothing as far as comments, correspondence, or anything. So, as I said, we just had the one inquiry for a copy of the PDF document.
Great. Excellent. All right. So that brings us to the end of our agenda, unless anyone has any final thoughts, comments, anything.
Wow, that's fast.
Record.
Oh, so, no, thank you all. I mean, we're not done yet, but we're almost there. So anyway, I guess until next time.
Yeah.
Thank-
Anyone want to move to adjourn?
Sure.
All right. That's Rosemary moving to adjourn. Anyone like to second?
I'll second.
Rich is seconding, and all in favor?
Aye.
Amazing.
Unanimously approved to adjourn.
Nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you all.
See you later.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
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 What's happening, Kirk?
What's up, man?
Not too much. Board of Selectmen doesn't start till 7:30.
Okay, well, you got time to go to the sheep and grab a cold one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just drink the COVID down.
Yeah, right. Go drink some Coronas.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you been?
I thought we might have, I didn't know exactly. I figured we'd be quick, and I alluded to Siri. I'm like, yeah, I got another meeting. He's like, what time is your meeting? I'm
Oh,
like,
boy.
6:30. So he's like, yeah, we're going to go to public hearing anyway. Okay. I mean, they don't really need me for anything, or any one of us. I mean, they just get out of their own way.
I've gotten a little bit of highlights from Mark Salerno, a little bit of at least some of his